All right, that's it. 25 to life. Ends up pleading guilty right before trial. Let's bring in the think tank and talk about this one. Criminal defense attorney Josh Kolsrud with us, also with us, former law enforcement officer and host of Strong Enough, the podcast, Claudia King, and also with us, Holland Reed, entertainment host. Thank you all for being here on a Friday night. This case, that what sticks out to you is his age. He's 13 when this happens. How low should we be going for? I get it. It's gruesome. It's crazy. 40 times he kills his mom while she's asleep. But is this the route that we take when a 13-year-old does this? Send them off to the state penitentiary for 25 years? Josh Kolsrud?
You know, it is a really tough case. And when somebody does something like this in cold blood, where they stab and kill their mother by stabbing her 40 times in the back while she slept. You know, it's the type of case where society takes notice, obviously. And this person, the son, you know, he committed an adult act, a felony. And you can't just let that go. And you have to look at really what is justice. And first, you always have to get the views of the victim's family. I don't think that the prosecutors would have given this plea agreement had the victim's family not signed off onto it. But you also have to look at whether or not this is going to deter others from doing that conduct. So there's general deterrence, which deters others, and then specific deterrence. The punishment is supposed to be severe enough where it makes it so this guy doesn't want to do it again. And I think that it's a just sentence given those factors.
Let's hear about, let's hear from the stepdad here, Frank Ramos. He gave a very emotional victim impact statement. Rosa didn't say anything. He was very stoic throughout it. Take a look.
Tu mamá fue una madre amorosa y dedicada, una excelente persona. Su partida destruyó nuestra familia y cambió mi vida para siempre.
Your mom was a loving mother, dedicated and an excellent person. Losing her destroyed our family and changed her life forever.
Después de esta tragedia, me quedé solo con tu hermanita.
After this tragedy, I was left alone taking care of your little sister.
Y apenas 14 días de nacido.
Of only 14 days of having been born.
Yeah, no reaction. There's mom. 40 stab wounds while she slept. Claudia King, he's sentenced to 25 to life, so he'd be 38 when he's eligible for parole. He's 13 at the time. Wouldn't it be better, or could it be better, if he didn't go into the criminal justice, into the penitentiary in Florida, but went into a mental institution where he could spend the rest of his life if he is deemed a danger to society? Because throwing him into the state pen and then having him pop out at 38 after hanging out with those folks, that seems scarier to me.
It does seem scary, Ted, but the problem is I'm not sure that he's mentally ill. I don't know that he would fit the protocol to be in a place like that. And it is unfortunate where he's going, and he's going to be housed with adults at the age of 15. But to your earlier point, you know, he was 13, and I think a well-adjusted, normal 13-year-old knows that you can't murder your mom like that. And he seems very normal and well-adjusted. In listening to his police interview and the 911 tape, He knew what he was doing and he knew it was wrong. So unfortunately, there's just not a good solution for a situation like this because he is absolutely a danger and he has to go away for a significant period of time for the safety of the community.
Oh, absolutely. But at 38, he will be evaluated. You know, that's part of the agreement here. When he is eligible for parole, he'll be evaluated, and that's where things may change. There was a part of this case, though. Derek Rosa supporters. There were lots of them around the country. Holland Reed. He's very young. But a lot of these people thought he was innocent. Let's hear a little bit from them, and I want to get your reaction and explanation. Why did people gravitate towards this young man who committed, now we know, because he pled guilty, this heinous act? Here are some of his supporters.
We're here to support Derek Rosa's case. We want Derek Rosa's freedom. We don't want Derek Rosa's rights to be violated any longer. His constitutional rights is being violated as well. We want Derek Rosa's freedom. We want justice for Elena Garcia. We want the real person who committed this passion crime to be charged fully. Derek Rosa did not do it. He's a child.
That was from NBC 6 South Florida. Our thanks to them. What's going on, Holland? Why were people so enamored by this young man, given the brutality of this horrible murder?
Well, let's just look at him. He's not an unattractive young man. He's also a 13 years old. We want to believe so strongly that you need to look like a monster to be a monster, and that's just simply not true. People get so wrapped up in the perception of what crime should look like or shouldn't look like, especially when it's a sensationalized case like this. Unfortunately, he did the crime. He had all the premeditated searches. This was not a crime of passion. This was a crime of intent and against his own mother nonetheless, which makes it even worse. So the supporters are equally delusional, and maybe they need to be in the mental hospital at this point other than him, because they are just joining the fanfare when it comes to how we sensationalize crime. And let's be clear, we're all here because the jobs that we have is because true crime is such a fascinating thing to talk about and discuss. But when you have a 13-year-old that looks the way that he looks, you're going to have the people, the sleuths, the people that want to marry the criminal, the murderer, that want to be on the bandwagon of something that is so sensational when truly a monster does not always look like the gremlin in the night. It looks like an innocent 13-year-old.
Yeah, Josh, though, for me, you're absolutely right, Holland, but Josh, he scares the heck out of me. So at 38, he's I would think, after spending that amount of time in the state pen, be even scarier. What are the odds that he does get out at 38, and what will have to happen after the judge did add that into the agreement in terms of the terms of his parole?
Well, he's lucky that he's not getting a life sentence because under Florida law, even people at the young age of 13 who commit first-degree murder can receive a life sentence. So, you know, he should be counting his blessings. Now, when he gets out at age 35, he's going to be placed on a very long stint of probation, 20 years. So the state is going to be looking after him for quite some time. Now, will he be reformed? You know, that is only up to him. You know, if he wants to turn a new leaf, I hope that he does. Society is giving him a second choice, and, you know, let's see if he deserves it.
Yeah, we'll see. That's